Yep, it's happening right now. We are blowing out the Bengals. 51-14. I haven't even. The game hasn't finished yet. I thought I'd get this out of the way. It's absolutely demolished the Cincinnati Bengals, and it is embarrassing for them, and I feel bad. 51-14. Drew Brees, 22 of 25 with 265 yards and 3. Drew Brees was 22 for 25 with 265 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. Mark Ingram had 13 carries for 104 yards, and Michael Thomas had 8 receptions for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, Michael Thomas is catching 90% of the pass, or 89% of the passes thrown in this year. So he's been absolutely insane. Easily the best receiver in the NFL in my eyes. I don't know who else would. Come on. Alvin Kamara had 12 carries for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 2 really good touchdowns. Mark Ingram had a receiving touchdown too on a wheel route. There are a lot of highlights for this game. A lot. It was a really good game. It reminds me of the Bills vs. Saints game last year where we completely destroyed them. But now it's the Saints vs. Bengals and we're completely destroying them. So, I mean, good game all around. Teddy Bridgewater got put in but only threw 1 pass, and it was a underthrown, poor decision made pass that didn't result in really anything but negatives. Marcus Williams had an interception, and so did, who was it? Eli Apple. Eli Apple had an interception too. There were a lot of sacks that happened. Alex Anzalone had a sack. Alex Okafor and David Onyemata had 0.5. Cameron Jordan had a sack, and 4 total sacks. This is one of the games I was talking about when we needed both sides of the ball to play good. We didn't really need them to play good against the Bengals without AJ Green, but when you're a Super Bowl team, you need both sides of the ball playing at a high level. You got to be able to outscore their offense, and you need to put the brakes on their offense when you need to, aka what our defense did today. They only allowed 14 points to the Bengals, which, I mean, one of them was in garbage time while we were up 40 points anyway. So I mean, it's really 51-7 because after the game started, we scored, they scored back, and then we just kept scoring until we had to slow down, take our foot off the gas, sportsmanship, all that good stuff, and it ended being a 51-14 game. Have I seen a dominant Saints performance like this in a while? Besides the Bills game last year? Not really. We blew them out. We blew them out very. At the beginning of the game, the run defense was looking pretty terrible and allowing a lot of big chunks and a lot of big plays to Joe Mixon. Not saying Joe Mixon's not good or anything. He is. He's obviously. This is that fresh out the shower hair, dude. I'm just gonna roll with it, I guess. But Joe Mixon played good for the first part of the game. Then the defense tightened up and started stopping him like they were supposed to be doing. I don't know what to say. It was a completely dominant performance by the Saints. Good game to the Bengals, but dude, they stood no chance. This is what I needed to see to believe that we're actual contenders. And if the defense can steady play, 4 sacks and 2 interceptions a game, that's just enough turnovers to, give Drew Brees 2 more opportunities to score and enough sacks to put them back and give our offense the ball. So the defense did what they needed to do, and the offense, certainly by putting up 51 points, did what they needed to do. Just a flat-out flawless game by the Saints. There were a couple busted coverages here and there, a couple big chunks allowed by rush and pass. Some things our defense could tighten up on. A reporter was asking what Sean Payton had to complain about because, he's obviously never going to be 100% content with how that we're playing, but today was understandable. We did blow them out by 40 points, but when you go and look at the film, you can see that there were a good amount of undisciplined plays and a lot of busted coverages allowed. So if we tighten up on that, clean up around, the rough around the edges, we can actually become a really favorited team for the Super Bowl. I don't know what else to say, man. It was a complete, an onslaught. We demolished them. to the point of embarrassment. Keith Kirkwood had a couple good receptions. He had a 42-yard one and another like 10 to 15-yard one. He did what he was supposed to do. I wanted to just get this out sooner than later because I was excited to, I know everybody, like, it got so bad. They ended up turning the game in non-local areas to the Redskins and Buccaneers game. And the Falcons are down 8 right now to the Browns. They have the ball, and I don't know. I talked a lot of crap to Falcons fans, so I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed watching the Saints watching the Saints absolutely murder the Browns. Now all we have to do is hope, or not the Browns, the Bengals. Now all we have to do is hope for the Browns and Seahawks to win, so the Seahawks can knock the Rams a loss below us. So yeah, bye.